And welcome back one more again to the Common Good Radio Show brought to you by Veteran Rescue Mission. I am the one, the only, Pastor John McLean.
And this is Andres Ruiz.
Andres, simply and sweetly. That's how we do it around here. Just a little taste of classy. A little kiss. So, this side of the Common Good Radio Show, we're going to be speaking with a celebrity. Congratulations. Whoa. Yeah. Congratulations, Airwaves. You get to hear what a celebrity sounds like all the way inside your ear. Yeah.
So, especially when you listen to Pastor John.
Yeah. You didn't even have to pay anything extra. That's great. I'm glad I'm
just here for the common good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. So with us, we have Chef John Hohn. Thank you for being here with us, brother.
It's an honor to be here. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah. And I if the people out there haven't picked up the theme yet, 1 week you have my friend, 1 week you have Andreas's friend, the next week you have my friend. So it goes back and forth.
Yep.
So this week you got my friend.
Yep.
Yes. And my friends, I try to like out-cool your friends. Like you sometimes maybe like outright punch me because like you brought on one guest. This dude's like used to be a teacher at the U of A, teach music, greatest, I guess, pianist and singer in the world, it turns out. And then you brought the vice president of Desert Vista Community College campus.
Yeah.
So both those are pretty powerhouse.
Yep. Yeah.
That's
They're amazing
impressive.
people, man.
But
you got an easy one to follow
John
up on.
Hohn, 2014's Master Chef Tucson.
There you go.
So bring your game next time. How about that?
Oh, that should be easy to do. You can just go anywhere. You got this. You got this.
Just go anywhere.
This is why he got where he's at, because he could talk like we can learn a little something from this.
Absolutely.
But I'll open up with you, brother. So tell me, what was that whole thing about? What, being part of it, winning it? What was that? What was that like?
So Tucson Iron Chef, I like, so everyone's like, oh, that was 2014. That was 6 years
Tucson
ago.
Iron Chef. Yeah, I don't watch the shows enough to even get the name right. But you should have. That's why you're here to correct me. You're fired.
We'll put the link on
rehired.
We'll put the link on the YouTube channel.
That's why Chef John's got your back. He just got you fired and rehired all at once. Yeah, I'm firing myself and rehiring myself. See, thank you, Chef John. You were saying.
Well, I'm just, everyone's, that was 6 years ago. That's so old. You know what? The president is always the president.
Yeah.
Even with Bill Clinton, Obama, and Bush, they're still President Bush. So I'm keeping that title forever.
Absolutely. And it's just I think, whether it's through Gap Ministries and the Gap Kitchen or just and being around you, like there's something that someone has once they go to like something that's real adverse, and it's like there are just so few people that kind of get to hold that title. And for the year of 2014, unequivocally, you are Iron Chef Tucson. Like you are that dude.
Yeah.
Like there's pictures all over the place with your name, and it says that underneath it.
I tell people I was the best chef in Tucson for at least a day. No one can take that away from me.
Yeah.
There you go.
Did you believe it during even an hour of that day?
Say that one more time.
Did you believe that you were the best chef?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
There was no, when I applied for Iron Chef Tucson, they said, why do you think you could win? And my response was, why will I win? This is why. Because I worked with A, B, C, D, F, G. Mark Erler, the only master chef in the world to have 2 5-star, 5-diamond restaurants at the same hotel at the same time. It's never happened before. So it's not what would I do if I win, or why do I think, it's what will I do when I win.
Nice.
Man, I don't even know if I have like an off question to that, but I just wanted to ask. It's just like, do you think it's just a mind state you've always had, or do you think there was some type of catalyst that got you to a point where you're just like, okay? Because for me, like I feel like it's almost like you're using my words, because I grew up on Michael Jordan and on figures like Tupac, Martin Luther King, just these very confident men that just like they felt they were the best at it. There wasn't any question in their mind that they were best. I don't know if I have one of those things. Maybe it's helping people, like helping veterans get housing. Like I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good at talking to a veteran and convincing him to come check out my place.
It's a
let me
gift,
get him
man.
a voucher, that type of stuff. But
It's for sure a gift that God has given you. The Bible says that so a man thinks, so is he. And it's all gifts. It's all gifts of God. It's I truly believe that God had a purpose and a plan. Something as small as me winning that little competition, so that it can help build, not necessarily my name, but allow me to get out there more and represent the people who I'm representing. In this
Mhm.
case, it's Gap Ministries. I'm here supporting Gap Ministries, and if I didn't get an Iron Chef Tucson title, I might not be at Gap Ministries.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't be at Gap Ministries,
Mhm.
and I definitely wouldn't be on your show.
Yeah, and definitely, and I guess that's the pivot question is like, so one, secondarily, I guess, tell us about Gap Ministries and like, why'd you think to do Gap Ministries?
So I went to work for Gap Ministries, a foster care organization, founded in 1999 by Greg and Pam Ayers, and they were trying to fill the gap for foster kids in Pima County, which there's a bunch of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a foster parent in 2013, 2014-ish, give or take. And some lady that I know, Cynthia Purcell, she said,
Okay.
hey, our foster care organization is looking for a chef.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah.
I said, oh, cool, I'll help you look.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
I'm
how many
like-
calls do we get? Like, hey, I need a new car. Yeah, okay, cool, me too.
Right. But I thought this was going to be some broken down home, shelter that, has zero, care going on.
Mhm.
So I just, but then we ended up seeing what the job entails and how much it paid, prayed with my wife and sought God to see if this is what we can do, what we should do. And it ended up being exactly what I was designed to do. They needed someone that could build a culinary program to help second chance individuals get the skills that they need to get jobs, keep jobs, and grow their income, as well as feed kids in Pima County about 200,000 free meals a year. And get this, one of the schools that they fed an after-school free dinner
Mhm.
was Centennial Elementary School. That's the school that I went to when I first moved here and got a free dinner. I'm sorry, a free lunch and a free breakfast
Yeah.
because we needed the help growing up.
Yeah.
Imagine sitting in the same cafeteria, giving out a free meal, 20, 30 years later, whatever that is,
That's amazing.
that you were
Wow.
getting a free meal.
I
And so I'm
melted
like,
in my chair. Oh my goodness, let me get up here. Dang, man.
so
that's
it's
some
like,
punch.
how is that not my calling? How is that not my
Yeah.
purpose? That doesn't make any
Mhm.
sense. Pretty logical.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. And so tell me more just about kind of like the breadth of work of Gap Ministries. And I'm taking it away. You got to get and jump in here, Andreas.
No,
I know.
I'm listening.
Yeah,
I'm listening.
I know.
I'm
It's
learning.
it's awesome. Yeah, but yeah, what do you think? What do you have to ask Chef John?
No, what I have to ask him is just how you said that you came back pretty much to the people that you used to go to that same school, and how did it feel just going with the kids? How did the kids react to you giving them that free meal, man?
It's crazy when you're a kid in 4th, 5th grade. You don't really understand.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on in your in your neighborhood or your
Mhm.
household, or there's a lot of kids in the 85705, which is technically the second poorest zip code in Arizona, who are going to bed hungry, who are waking up hungry, who are not having proper nutrition. But yet the cool thing is God gives us grace, and those kids are running around all happy and fun. They're not really aware of the situation that's going on. So when I looked at them, I was like, man, there's all these kids in the 85705 area that are going to bed hungry, a lot of them statistically. But you didn't really realize that when they're just running around having fun playing. I got one little story at Walter Douglas School. A kid came up and he said, hey, can I get 2 meals? And my head's just down, I'm just trying to hand out meals, and I look up and I said, what do you need 2 meals for? And he says, when I get home, my dad's hungry. I'm like, what? Like, I would, man, what are you doing thinking about your dad?
Mhm.
That's amazing.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
that's what I thought about when I see all these little kids running around and just caring about other people, having
Well, we
fun.
got food in here that you brought for us. So my thought is you probably gave them 3 meals, or I'm guessing you did some little like special treat kit. What'd you do? Tell me. Go ahead.
Well, over here we got some. Is that what you're saying?
No, well, you brought us food, but like in that situation
Oh, we
with the kid,
definitely hooked them up.
Yeah.
They come back, they can leave with whatever they wanted.
Yeah.
Some places
So
don't
kind
want.
of almost from that point on to a point, like you were feeding him and his dad. And
Yeah.
you were like more than happy to. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's.
But the cool thing is they get to walk home
Mm-hmm.
and they can take food home. So if they rode a bus, they wouldn't be able to.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting watching a kid in a backpack walk down, across the street to his house,
Mhm.
with a bag in his hand, backpack filled, whatever it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Man. Yeah, I've been just a backstory. I usually like set up the host more, but I was just so excited to have a cool friend that I wasted all my setup time talking about that. But our organization, Veteran Rescue Mission, the one you keep here mentioned in this show, we volunteer with Gap Ministries and with Gap Kitchen every Wednesday, kind of breaking up the produce and helping feed what I think John will tell, or Chef John will tell us, is over 200,000 meals that are people. What's that?
200,000. We do at least 200,000 meals a year at Gap Ministries in one way or another. That could be, some of our 7 group homes. It could be a women's shelter that we have. It could be a homeless shelter. It could be a couple other women's shelters. It could be after school programs. Right now we're delivering 800 meals a week, 130 miles southeast on a native reservation, which has 80 people. And without they literally, we think we're poor here in Tucson. They are po. No electricity, no running water, and you better get your running shoes on, John, and all the volunteers at Veterans Rescue Mission, because on Wednesday you're going to be making some sandwiches, so you better get ready. Hundreds of them.
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
I usually come in t-shirt and jeans, so I'm ready. I'm in a suit right now, but I'll be ready. Okay. So this is a Common Good radio show, and we'll see you soon. We got to go ahead and give our sponsors a little patronage, and thank you for listening. And welcome back to the Common Good radio show. I am still Pastor John McClain.
Yes, and this is Andres Ruiz.
Absolutely.
And I'm still Iron Chef Tucson 2014.
Yeah, Iron Chef Tucson 2014. Absolutely. Here with me. And he's my friend, Mom, if you're listening. And if you're not listening, you should be listening. So his name is Chef John Hohn, if you want to be his friend on Facebook, which I hate to mention it, but I am his friend on Facebook, and we talk sometimes. And I volunteer with him every Wednesday. I get to see him teach other people how to maybe overtake him as the greatest chef to ever grace this radio station.
Can't wait for them. 20 years, someone's gonna be like, hey man, I bought a house, cash, and now I'm the master chef worldwide. What you gotta say about that? I'm gonna be like, good job, man.
Yeah,
you believed in yourself.
Would you try his dishes? Would you be like, would that be a thing? Are you like one of those foodie people?
But
or
then
chef
I'd have to
foodies?
then I'd have to like critique it and be like, no man, this should be over here. Why is that so crunchy? Why is that so soggy? No, I would just be like, good job, man.
Is that how you are when you go to like nice restaurants?
I try not to. What I don't like, by the way, if anyone's listening, they're gonna invite me over for dinner. Don't just keep going. Just cook the food. I'm gonna eat it and love it. They always like, how is it? How is it? Is it good? Oh, I'm sorry that it was cold. My beans are undercooked. I'm like, no, thank you so much for this food. Oh, that's a plug for my book. Thank you for this food.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So and I think not only for you, but like any chef. That's a note to chefs. If you have a chef friend out there, particularly one of like the best chefs in the world, just leave it. That's like if you invite like Leonardo da Vinci over your house, like don't try to show him your paintings and be like, aren't I such a good painter? No, you're not a genius at this thing. Nice. I'm sorry. There are people who are, though. Leave it to them. And thankfully we have one of them that helps the people that need help, because there's thousands of people, possibly hundreds of thousands of people in the city of Tucson and the state of Arizona, around the United States, that are food what's the
insecure,
food insecure, that just aren't eating enough. Some people that don't eat at all during these days. The story you told us earlier about this father that may not eat at all that whole entire day if you were not to give him that food.
There's too much.
And I get to help make those on Wednesday, so thank you. I appreciate
it. People don't understand that. When we talk about, I try when someone's volunteering with us to try and explain what they're doing and why they're doing it for, because it makes it that much more important. When you come in there and you're just, let's say breaking down produce boxes, you're breaking down produce boxes for 80 foster kids and a women's shelter, so that they can sort. They don't have to sort through a bunch of boxes. If they want celery, they just grab the celery. If they want milk, they just grab the milk. They don't have to go through 20 boxes to find 10 gallons of milk or whatever it is. So there's a lot of, the things that we do mean a lot, and everyone who helps us, they need to know that.
Yeah. So we're in the home stretch of the show. Well, let's say this is the second to last question. The main thing is, on the break, we're talking about this big project that you guys are doing, particularly in response to COVID-19 and a lot of this virtual teaching stuff like that. Tell us about that again, and like the big projects that Gap Ministries has on the horizon, like this immediate.
So we put together these awesome, cool little sack lunches. Hopefully, you check out the YouTube channel and you can get a video of it or check it out and see what it looks like. But, right now we're giving schools like a fruit, a milk, a sandwich, or I say schools, but daycares, whatever it is. And we give it to them, and then they have to give it out to a bunch of different kids. That takes a lot of time. So we've conveniently packaged a whole grain turkey sandwich with a fruit, a half a cup of vegetable, and a milk all in one, and they just literally can just hand that to the kid.
It looks so scrumptious. If you don't get a chance, go on Facebook, watch one of our videos. I'll be putting some pictures on Common Goods show page, on Veteran Rescue Missions page, on John McClain's page, Andreas Ruiz's page. I know Gap Ministry has a very good online team that as soon as I post anything talking about Gap Ministries, they'll put it on there. So definitely go on there and see this package that he put together. But go on, I'm sorry. It's beautiful.
We're just trying to feed people.
Sandwich.
What's the easiest way to feed someone? And here, just handing it off with everything contained, all the products that they need, and minimal contactness. I was sharing the details of it where it kind of got started was COVID-19. Minimal contact, people not touching everything, and then keeping things safe. But there's a daycare that we're serving where they're allowing their kids to go there to virtually learn instead of staying at all the different houses and burdening the parents where they have to take the day off work, or maybe their internet is shoddy because they have 5 kids. They can go to this daycare and they have a room set up where they can just sit in this room. Each kid has their own computer with headphones similar to these beautiful jiggers on my ear, and but they have lunch at different times. Some at 10:30, some at 1:30. Well, if you keep that in the fridge, it's perfect for 4 or 5 hours. Yeah. Well, for longer than that. But if you have a hot meal, if we give them a hot meal in 4 or 5 hours, it's not as good as it was, previously. So it's really cool that they're doing it, and just everyone adapting to the change. And how can we serve people the right way? And if not us, then who?
Yeah, man, it's odd, like all these changes that are happening that we're having to adjust to. That I think for the first 4 or 5 months, we're all resistant. We're like, maybe we'll just wait it out. We'll get it back to normal. But this back to normal, that ship has sailed to Mississippi, and there's a new, what they're calling the new normal, and that is things like this. And I'm excited to be able to kind of plug into it in any way, help any way that I can, and definitely. Kind of like what are ways that when you think of kind of like John Q. Public or your buddy that you went to high school with that comes in and is like, hey, how can I help out? What do you tell them? What's kind of the best way that they can help out Gap Ministries or be involved with Gap Kitchen?
I would say hit us up on our Facebook page, Gap Ministries or Gap Kitchen, and just send us a message on what you want to do. We are always busy. We always have something to do. I know, like you said, the Veterans Rescue Mission is helping out in the kitchen, making sandwiches this week or breaking down boxes. But last week Jeremiah was stocking up our pantry, our little mini grocery store for our group homes. And but every Monday we're giving out thousands of boxes of food, and every Tuesday 17,000 pounds of food. So Monday night and Tuesday morning we're giving out food where it's literally just people are pulling up. Foster families and churches are pulling up to our back loading docks. We're loading them up and sending them off. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Just hit us up on our Facebook page through our messenger. Hit us up at gapmin.com. Any of those ways, or just hit up John on any of his 17 Facebook pages.
Yeah,
and he'll get
you gotta plug in. It's just I've been doing it so long. I think just like you have the Iron Chef 2 stall, and kind of like we were talking about behind the scenes. Like, actually, I guess we talked about on the show where you just like all the many layers that are the Chef John Hohn, and how you got to where you are now. And it's kind of where I'm at. Like, for one time I was this guy for homeless advocacy with the group Safe Park, and then I become this guy for the homeless veterans and trying to create a tiny house village. And now we have a little radio show along with one of the greatest motivational speakers to grace the motivational speaking world, like just taking the motivational speaking world by twirl. What are you doing? Look at over there. You just sit over there so quietly, like a little field mouse over there. We know you're creeping. We see you coming over there, Andreas Ruiz.
God's given us all gifts, talents, and treasures, and if you're not using those talents, treasures, and gifts, call us up. We'll help you use them.
Yeah, awesome. Well, we have one more minute that the whole entire world will be able to enjoy us. And I definitely want you guys to go to veteranrescuemission.org, support the work we're doing. Myself and Andreas Ruiz, with I Believe in Myself, we'll be putting out books it turns out here in the next month. So
Yeah.
certainly Google either one of our names or go on Facebook to check those out, or go on our websites and check those out. If you haven't heard of Gap Ministries before, you're going to be hearing a lot about it. So congratulations for you, because that's certainly a big thing we've been talking about is for some reason people don't know our names. I know of Red Cross and Salvation Army and Goodwill and all those ones, rightfully so, but you got to know about us too, because we're doing some good work and we're more than happy to do it because God is so good and he's been blessing us and allowing us to bless other people, and we're all happy to do it. And thank you all for listening. We love you so very much. See you next week.
See you soon.